So for our first recipe, we're going to be making some dessert cake, i.e. chocolate cake, because we can't say dessert without thinking chocolate. So I hope you guys are ready to make some bomb ass chocolate cakes, that one that really melts in your mouth. We're gonna be doing that today for our first video here on my YouTube channel. But before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to my channel to get the latest on what's happening in and outside of the kitchen here with me. So let's get into it. Before we start baking, it's essential we preheat our oven to 180 degrees, as that's the degrees that we need to bake our cake at for about 4 or 5 minutes to an hour. So to just give it time to warm up and just go to the right temperature. And at the same time, we need to oil our baking tray so that our cake does not stick to the baking trays. You do not want a cake that is stuck to the baking tray. That will literally destroy everything and you will cry. You will actually cry. So we need our cake to be perfect, to be easily taken out of the baking trays. So you can use oil for that, or some people like to put flour. It's up to you, but I prefer to just put oil on my baking trays and to just put my cakes in. It makes it easier to come out as well. So for a chocolate cake, we're gonna need 1 cup of milk. We're gonna need 2.5 cups of flour, 3/4 cups of vegetable cooking oil, 1 cup of sugar, 3 eggs. And here I've got a mixture of things. I've got 3/4 teaspoons of salt. I have 2 tablespoons of baking powder and 1.5 teaspoon of baking soda. I've got 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, unsweetened cocoa powder. Now obviously for utensils, we're gonna need a fork, a teaspoon, a tablespoon, and our graduated mixing bowl for our wet ingredients. See, it's graduated just in case, and our big bowl for our batter when it's done and to mix our dry ingredients. But the big one, we're gonna need a whisker. So I've got a hand whisker. It's easy to use, but you can use other whiskers. You can use an electronic whisker, a hand whisker, a hand mixer. It's up to you what you prefer. I prefer using this personally. Yeah. just whisk up the rest of my batter. There are a lot of bubbles there due to the baking soda, but no lumps, which is a good thing. Now I'm gonna pour the batter into two 18-inch round baking trays, and we're gonna bake it in our oven for about 45 minutes to an hour at 180 degrees. So here are our cakes. We got them safely out of their baking trays. Thank God for cooking oil. So yeah, now we're just icing them and filling them up. They're roughly about the same height, and yeah, they'll be easy to bake after just labeling them. For my icing, I prefer using buttercream. It's sold in 2 kgs and 1 kgs, depending on when you want to get it. So I got mine from Square Mart, Food Lovers stores. I really love things from Food Lovers. It's very cheap, fresh ingredients, everything's fresh. And buttercream is nice because it's ready to mix. I mean, it's already got enough sugar and it's already got everything that you need. It's just mixing it in a mixer and you'll be done. So there you have it. We've got our basic chocolate cake. It's really nice. I just ended up just putting some coconut toppings on top to just give it that nicer flavor. Also, just make it look less basic with the chocolate icing. But you can always try out with other things like chocolate, like grated chocolate, with strawberries, fruit, or just mixing it up and putting another color on top of icing. I mean, there are some other ideas of cakes that you might try, and looks you might actually try from things that I've done before in the past.
Damn. Like I should. When in dark, walk around.